Hello, welcome to another video. This is just me really talking about the new casual mode in Warzone and I guess just my opinions on it. I've been playing it obviously since it released a couple of weeks ago, and it's all over the internet, it's all over YouTube, and it's not been well received. And in all honesty, I think I can back that up as well. And I'm really hoping everyone is saying, or a lot of the streamers that I follow, Tactical Brit, Jack Frags, a few others, are saying that this is the route that Call of Duty are going to take in the future because Fortnite have done it, and they want the longevity of this game to continue. But the problem is with Warzone Casual, it really takes the kind of exciting edge away. I mean, despite all that at the moment, cheating in Warzone is absolutely horrendous. I even had people cheating in this, and 100% cheating as well. This isn't just kind of slightly suspecting somebody. They have been blatant cheaters. Currently, Warzone's cheating state is horrendous. I think it's gone into a really bad place. It don't really show signs of it kind of being changed. It's like they do an update and then you might get a bit of quiet for a while and then it just ramps up again. I don't think they kind of stay on the case. I feel like they do an update and then just leave it and let's hope it works for a while, and then when people start complaining they do another one, because it feels horrendous at the moment. I am currently done with Warzone. I didn't even get the premium battle pass this month, didn't want to. I'm no longer going to invest. I'm actually waiting for a game called Arc Raiders coming out. I played the beta test and I fell in love with it. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. So I've got a new game that I want to play, and hopefully it's going to be announced soon. But my days of Warzone are done. I'm just tired of all the rubbish updates and the 5 years. I mean, I loved this game when it first came out, but it just keeps declining. So I'm not going to invest anymore. And as soon as Arc Raiders comes out, I'll be switching games. But enough of that. I'm just here to talk about this new casual mode. Now, when casual mode first got put out, it was quads. And what I was doing when it was quads is I was going in as a solo and just seeing if I could win as a solo. I came close. I think I got a second or a third, if I remember. But by the time you get to the end of the circles, by the time you get to the end of the game, it's definitely mostly real players. So when it was quads, it was tough. And I mainly did it for fun because I know it would be easy to get my loadout if I didn't bump into a real team. But then recently they've changed it to solos. And what I don't get is that they've taken out normal solos and replaced it with casual solos, even though they know most people probably won't like casual, but they just do what they want anyway. And in all honesty, it has made solos very boring. My friend Tech Nation, he actually has he's took up the task of getting a win in solo duos and maybe now even solo trios because it's that bad. It's just boring. Yes, you get to experience a good end game because at the end it's going to be real players. There's not going to be many bots left, if any. And if you're not bumping into real players, and you have to be careful with the bots because they can kill you. They're not horrendous, but it's quite easy to get your weapons, get your loadout, even get your second loadout without any hassle. It's just taking that gritty edge excitement away. See, I've taken up doing the train. Oh, this sniper guy was trying to get me on the train. I had to hide. I just thought I'd start just doing the train and getting the recons done and getting a head up of where the circle was going. And I've done this most times quite successfully with the train. But again, no one's really challenging me on the train. You don't get any of those exciting train battles. But I don't know. I just don't think this is going to work. And I don't know what Call of Duty's plans are going forward if they do plan to release all their modes with bots, or will they have the options of bots or not? Because in all honesty, Call of Duty have a really bad history with taking out really important play modes. Like I remember when it was Urzikstan, we didn't have duos for 2 months. Now I was at that point in Urzikstan, I was only playing with one friend. All my other friends had stopped playing Warzone, so we were just playing duos, and they took duos out for a good 2 months. I don't get why. And ranked needs to be separate as well. They should keep trios in and have a separate ranked trios. I really don't get the thinking behind this when it comes to the play modes. I really don't. And making solos casual and not having a secondary solos option is just one of those baffling reasons of what is going on behind the scenes. Who's calling the shots? Who's making these really weird decisions? And if the people are making decisions, do they play this game? Because, I mean, sometimes getting a win on solos really feels rewarding. Like when you get it, when you've grinded, you got a good 9-10 kills if you're an average player like me. But now it's like you're shooting bots for ages. You might come across a real player looking to take advantage. But your main thinking is definitely endgame. And this is why I do recons, just so I know where I'm going. But this is too easy doing recons because no one's challenging me. And yes, I do stay alert because you never know when a real player is going to come along, or if you become too distracted, a bot will get you. I have been killed by a bot, embarrassingly enough. It's not like it's not happened, but I don't think this works. But I don't think Call of Duty are going to keep their player base either. After this latest update, all the problems, all the crashes, all the jittery servers, and now the cheaters. I think people, even the streamers that I follow that have been playing for a long time, everyone's just getting fed up because it's the same old nonsense. And I've got the feeling that when the games start coming out, you've got the new Battlefield on the horizon, and they're going to be doing a battle royale. You got this Ark Raiders that was very well received. A lot of people played the test beta 2, and I was looking online, and a lot of the streamers were really impressed with it, like massively as well. So I think Ark Raiders, if people get invested in that, it will take the player base away. But sometimes I don't think Warzone deserves its player base. I think they've just done what they wanted over the years. Integrations just messed the game up. Just chucking everything into it and breaking the game, broken metas, and just trying to sell stupid things in the stores for people to buy. I just don't think it deserves any more attention. I think it's done. It's had its day. That's just my opinion. And only because I come from Blackout, which I think is a far superior, better battle royale than Warzone has ever been. Blackout was just amazing. And now they're getting to the desperation, and it feels like desperation, to put bots in the game. Now, Fortnite have got bots in their game. I do play Fortnite, and you do notice the difference from a real player to a bot. But I feel like with Fortnite, I don't know if they've got their balance of bots right or not, because I don't really feel like I'm fighting a ton of bots. I feel like I fight one or two, and then the most of the players. So maybe, Warzone could get a feel and maybe reduce how many bots there are to player ratio. Instead of having 30 players and 100 bots or whatever it is, or 50 players and 100 bots. I don't even know what they've done. They could make the bots less, especially in solos. I think solo just needed quads. It didn't feel too bad. When I was playing quads or randoms, it didn't take long to come across a real team of quads, and you'd have a really good fight, and then you'd probably fight some more bots, and then you'd come across another team. Where solos, you could go a long time in the match and not come across a real player. It'll just be bots until you get to the end. Obviously, end games are given. I don't think the bots were designed to survive in the end circles, because I've not seen a bot in one yet. When I've got to the end, it's definitely been players. But for me, this is a thumbs down. Marley13, he's a Scottish streamer. Brilliant. I love his content. He does the one box challenge and other really fun videos. But one of his main ones was Warzone Bingo. If you ever watch Warzone Bingos, he does them every Sunday or Monday, and they have been brilliant. He did one on Warzone spectating solos, and it was obviously Warzone casual solos now. And he did an episode of his Warzone Bingo, and it was terrible. I gotta be honest, it was, and I posted on his chat like that was the most boring episode of Warzone Bingo I think I've ever seen. And I've always found them really funny. They've been funny. They've been on edge. You know, I think only twice we've seen him spectate someone from start to finish. And I've always enjoyed them. I've never got bored of them. I thought they were a brilliant idea. But Warzone with bots in has ruined it. And even he said he's going to try maybe going into duos or quads to make it more interesting and spectating Warzone Bingo in that. So I'm expecting the next one to be in duos, to be honest with you. And he'll change his card up. But it just goes to show that I just don't think it's a great move. Maybe if they tweaked the balance of players and bots, maybe put more, you know, sort of, was it 30? I think it was 30 real players and the rest are bots. So you got 120 bots and 30, because it's 150 players. Maybe they change that ratio, maybe they tweak that. Or maybe they just don't do it at all. But the problem is, you know, I'm playing casual solos, and I'm just waiting for a cheater to come. You know, I'm doing my own review about the casual mode, but actually it should be doing a talk about cheaters, because it's getting really bad. I've just been killed in crazy ways where I just knew that person's cheating, or how do they know I was there? And it's just getting massively out of hand, which ruins this, because this is casual. Like, why you want to cheat in this, I do not know. But I played a game the other day with mate Grant, and we had 3 games, and each game he came across a cheater. And he knew, because he was spectating them, and he could tell the way they were just shooting people and knew where people were and not missing a single headshot. So that in itself is ruining the Warzone experience, but I just don't think this casual is going to get very far, and everyone's kind of complaining, really. But just the playlist, I mean, Call of Duty, what are you doing? Why can't we have solos, duos, trios and quads constantly? Why do you have to take these out? It's one of the things that really makes me cross about Call of Duty. Why do they have to take these out? Like, why can't ranked trios be separate? Just have it separate. If you want to play ranked trios, play ranked trios. I hate ranked in general because it is probably the sweatiest of the sweats. People just, you know, wanting to know where the final circle's going to be, and they're going to be flipping camping right to the end in a building to get their SR and to get their points up. It's just awful. It is just sweaty. I've played ranked a little bit, but it's nothing I love. But why Call of Duty can you not just keep solo, duos, trios and quads in the normal playlist? Is it really that hard? Are you really desperate for people to play ranked that you're willing to take trios out to force us to play ranked? I really don't get it. It baffles me. It really does baffle me. Like, surely you're going to lose players if you take stuff out. Like, for me, for ages, all my friends left Warzone, and I was left playing with my friend from work, Rich. So we were always playing duos. And then you go off in Urzikstan and take duos out for nearly 2 months. And you just leave us with nothing. And there are people out there that only have so many gaming friends. You know, some people, if they're lucky enough, they'll have a quad. If they're not all on, they'll play in trios or duos. And what's really annoying is now it's trios that's gone, right? It's just ranked trios. 9 out of 10, my friends came back when Verdansk returned. I was actually surprised they came back. They were done with Call of Duty, but obviously Verdansk was something special back in the day. Obviously that's all lost now. It's nothing special anymore because we realise we're dealing with the same old nonsense that we're dealing with as normal. Broken game, just stupid updates. But they came back. And every time we come online, there's always someone not available. We very rarely play quads. But guess what? Guess what is available? Huh, trios. And how many times have we not been able to play trios because you've made it ranked and took normal trios out? Quite a lot. It's just stupid. It baffles me. It's beyond me. I don't know why. Whoever does the playlist job, whoever job that is to think about the playlist, needs to just lose their job. Needs to be fired because it's a total shambles. So yeah, not being able to join your friends in particular modes is annoying. And it'd be interesting to see where this bot thing goes. I am intrigued. I am wondering what's behind it. Is their player base that low? Because I heard with the return of the Verdansk that they were claiming that their player base had never been higher, like it all shot back up. And the first time when Verdansk released, before it was touched again, I think it was actually, everyone was really enjoying it again until you start messing around with it again and we have seasonal updates and just break the game again. Just break the game and yeah, just you mess around with it, change things, change the playlist, change the play modes, change the guns, and everybody gets fed up again. It's like a rinse and repeat. Personally, I think you should scrap Warzone. Scrap Warzone and make something completely new, like he did with Blackout. Blackout was absolutely bang on. Maybe you should do something like that, because the way you do your battle royale does not work. And I'm definitely, I was a fan of this game, and I've always wanted it to succeed. I've always wanted it to get back to the place that I remember when it first came out, and it never has done. And I've always clung on and held on and kept playing and bought battle passes and committed and just hoped. And then you get new maps like Caldera and you think, oh, and then Warzone 2, and then it was a different style. You had DMZ with it and Al Mazrah, and that was different. And I really got into DMZ. That was brilliant. Brought out some new resurgence maps. You've Fondel and Fortune's Keep, and more updates and more integrations break the game, and it just goes from bad for worse. I mean, I had Al Mazrah, really good map, but updates in that messed the game up. And then in Al Mazrah, you had a long time where you did nothing to Battle Royale, like nothing changed on the map. It didn't have any love for ages, so it just got very stagnant and boring. And obviously, the return of Verdansk. Verdansk returns, everyone's happy. When Verdansk first returned, everyone thought there were going to be problems, but that actually felt really good. And now you've messed with it again, and I feel like we've took one step forward, two step back. And all the streamers are saying it. So I think, for my opinion, I think Call of Duty needs to finish with Warzone. I really do. They're never going to seem to get a handle on it, and this idea with bots is just the next step in it going downhill. It's I don't think it's any good. I don't think it's good at all. I think it's very boring. It doesn't really give you a challenge. Even when you get the win, you don't really feel like you deserve it because it was quite easy, and all you did was shoot bots. But yeah, I don't think it's good. I think it should be scrapped, really. With obviously Call of Duty, you're going to do what they want to do, and that's just how it goes. They're going to continue to take out playlists that we enjoy, that we love. They're going to continue to do season updates, like this last seasonal update that crashed servers. There was loads of lag, lots of things weren't working, and now the biggest problem again, and we're back to this stage again, is cheaters. In the history of Warzone, cheaters have just been so bad, and it seems to have a up and down like a roller coaster. It'll be up high cheating, and then they'll do something with the anti-cheat. It'll go down a bit, and we'll have a good little run where you feel like, oh, I've played a game, and I don't think I've bumped into a cheater. And then you give it a little bit of time, and then boom. And at the moment, I think it's really bad. And one of my biggest peeves. The biggest thing, I understand Call of Duty is now owned by Activision and Microsoft. Sorry, Call of Duty is owned by Microsoft and they bought Activision. Microsoft obviously owns Xbox and PCs. Now, the biggest player base for Call of Duty was on the PlayStation. It definitely outnumbered Xboxes because when it comes to sales, PlayStation sales always beat Xboxes, which means more people are probably playing Call of Duty on PlayStation. And then you got the Xboxes, and then you got the PCs. The problem with PCs is there's more access to crazy cheating on PCs. You can cheat on console. You got the Cronus Zens and stuff, and I'm sure there's probably things that we've not heard about, and there's ways of doing it. But PC, the cheats are absolutely crazy, and I've seen some crazy stuff. Now, the good thing about being on PS5 is you could turn crossplay off, and you knew you were just playing against PS5 players, because back in Urzikstan, when you load into a lobby, it'd have the symbol on the side and it shows you what they're playing on. And 9 out of 10, when you turn crossplay off, you'll just see PlayStation logos going all the way down. And I'm not gonna say that was amazing, because people cheat on console too. You got the Cronus Maxes that take away all the recoil, anything, so everyone has the advantage. So we still had to deal with cheaters, but not to the massive extent you did on PC. PC cheat is just a different level. Now, the problem with Microsoft owning Call of Duty is they're going to want to make sure the player base on Xboxes and PC is high, because it's good for them. It's good for their Xbox sales. It's good for PC players. They have definitely made it that you can't turn crossplay off, because we've tried. Now, in your settings, you can turn things to console only, but that's only on ranked. If you see it says Warzone ranked console only. Me and my friends have tried turning it off completely, and you just do not get into any games. You don't get into any games at all. So Microsoft are manipulating the crossplay feature, and it's obvious why, because they want their Xbox players to be happy. They don't want their waiting times to be big for Xbox, because it gives Xbox bad press, and people might think, I might get a PlayStation instead. Oh, affects their sales. So I think they're manipulating that on purpose. And it is such a shame, because I hate playing against PC players. I hate playing against PC cheats. And I hate playing against PC players when they complain about aim assist. Aim assist got nerfed a while back, and I've definitely noticed a difference. So I think PC players have more of an edge now on console players than they ever have. Yes, back in the day, I think aim assist was too strong, and they always complained about it. Okay. And Cronus Zens add aim assist. So if you're playing against a Cronus Zen user on PC, with Cronus Zens, you can kind of give it a stronger aim assist pull. But for us normal players like myself that aren't using Cronus Zens, I do have a PS5 Pro controller, so I do have back paddles and stuff, but I don't cheat. I don't have a Cronus Zen. I definitely feel that PC players now are far more superior with their aiming and their movement, 100%. But they will keep bitching that aim assist, aim assist, aim assist. No, you've definitely got the advantage, I'm afraid. But yeah, I just think it's a big negative for Warzone in its current state. I think when Verdansk first dropped, it was bang on. I think they really looked, they sorted their anti-cheat out. There was good content. I even bought the main battle pass because I was that excited. And the first few weeks, maybe more than a few weeks, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, we were loving it. And now it's just gone downhill again. Downhill. Problems, issues because of another update and because of cheaters. So for me, I've decided I can't invest in this game anymore. I really can't. And as soon as Arc Raiders comes out, it's a game that I have tried and definitely like. It's got that Division kind of feel to it, and I love the Division 1. So I'm really keen to play Arc Raiders. It looked beautiful, it played beautiful, and it's something new I can give a try. But as for this box, as for casual, I don't think it's going to be a win. I think it's just going to make the game really boring. You might have a few games here and there. But no, I don't think it's for me. I don't think it's going to be for a lot of people. It takes the edge out of it. It takes the excitement out of it. A win doesn't really feel beneficial. Like, it's nice to get one because at the end you are playing against players. I don't think many bots make it to the end, to be honest with you. And it's nice for people, if they don't get to the end that often, to experience how the end feels. If you're not getting there, that's fine. But I just don't think this is going to be something that sticks. I really don't. I just thought I'd give my opinion because I've played it for a couple of weeks now. And yeah, I just think it's a massive lose. Not a thumbs up, a thumbs down. But hey, you know, they don't listen to the players. They do what they want. They pick what they want. They pick the game modes that they want, despite the player bases. They take particular modes out, which is really annoying. And they don't. I don't think they listen to their player base talk. They listen to their streamers, because their streamers stream the game all the time. It's like free advertisement. But yeah, just think for the old casual people, I think Warzone is definitely done. And that's just my opinion. That's just my experience. I'm a very casual player, and I just think it's definitely had its day. And I'm really looking forward to Battlefield and Battlefield's new version of Battle Royale. Hopefully, it's really good. But I'm hoping for Outrageous to be really good, and I'm hoping to take a very long break from Call of Duty because I feel like I need it. I've tried to commit to it. I loved it back at the beginning. I played Blackout from start to finish. So the excitement of Warzone was strong. When Warzone first released, it was brilliant, but it's just gone massively downhill since the beginning. So that's me done. So yeah, that's just my opinions. I just thought I'd get that out there, have a bit of a chat, a bit of a rant. But yeah, for me, Warzone casual, putting bots in the game is definitely not the way forward. But let's just see what happens and what they do and what they decide to do. Well, if you made it this far, thanks for listening, and I'll do some more videos later on. Bye.
Let me slip into a deeper trance.